The Austin B team got the number 1 seed.
And we are live back here now for Game 2 of our coverage. And let me tell you, if Game 2 is anything like Game 1, hold on, because that was quite a game. And as we head into the later part of the morning, we're going to have the Long Beach Crushers again, because that's how pool play works. And the DC Envy. Long Beach Crushers are going to be the home team. DC Envy will bat first from what it looks like. That looks like what they're talking about. So the Long Beach Crushers will be the home team. And here to describe the game to you is Dr. Joel Tremblay and the voice of gay softball, Rich Siegel.
You're right about one thing. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and my goodness, I'm still thinking about that last play of the last game. If we could do highlights for you, easily we would put that up again and again in doing doubleheaders, because if you want to see people competing and showing that this matters to them, that sliding catch to save a game was amazing.
Yes, it was. That's how the game ended. It was a back-and-forth game, and we were so glad to be able to bring it to you here on the Cloud Sports Network, on Facebook and on YouTube, and we hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that you'll enjoy this game. Long Beach didn't have to go far. They're on the same field that they just played their previous game on. This is Field 12 at Sunset Park, and again, they'll take on the DC Envy. DC is the visiting team for this game. And let me make that designation on my score sheet. The pitcher for Long Beach, again, will be Dave Hansen. He pitched most of the game against the Desert Heat and then was eventually relieved. He had a little bit of a difficult time at times finding the strike zone. There were several walks in the game by both pitchers, but there was also some real excellent hitting and some fine fielding. Didn't have too many errors. And hopefully we'll get a nice clean game like we just had. Jesus Mendez is going to lead off for the DC Envy. He is their left center fielder. And he will be followed by Ty Whited, the second baseman, and Otis Hogan, the right fielder. And those will be your first three batters here to start the game. Warm-up tosses have been completed. There was no change in the Long Beach lineup.
And given the walks last game, you might be surprised to see Hansen back out there, but this is pool play, and sometimes you need to do that. If he's your pitcher for the tournament, you need to warm him up and get him throwing. So get him ready for the tournament, let him find the strike zone. They won the game anyway.
All right, first pitch to start the game is a ball.
And Rich, I really think that's a pitch Hansen wants. It is landing just inside. He thinks it crosses the plate, but he is not getting that call from the umpires.
And that pitch is also out of the strike zone. Kathy Spencer from Atlanta calling the balls and strikes, and the next pitch is out of the strike zone, so it's a leadoff walk for Jesus Mendez, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Ty Whited. He wears number 29. Moving into the on-deck circle is the right fielder, Otis Hogan. And he'll be followed by the first baseman, Thad Burnett. First pitch is a strike called. A ball and two strikes to the plate. And that pitch sailed outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. He swings and lines one into right field. The ball is down for a base hit, fielded on one hop by the right fielder. Mendez with speed goes to third easily. It'll be runners at first and third with nobody out. Joey Coppola playing in right field for Long Beach. Otis Hogan bats from the left side. He's facing a left-handed pitcher. And the first pitch to him, he swings and lines one into right center field for a hit. Fielded cleanly by the right center fielder. Mendez scores the first run of the game, and Whited moves to third. So 3 up and 3 on. Nobody out here in the top of the first, and Thad Burnett will be the batter. He's the first baseman. Bats from the right side. Southpaw's pitch. He swings and pops one up. On the infield, but it's in foul territory. Drops just in front of the third baseman, so it's just a strike. And if he fouls another one, what happens to him?
Fouls another one, he will be out. There is no courtesy foul or foul to give here at the Sin City Classic this year.
All right, the next delivery. Swung on and hits a ground ball to third. Hernandez fields it to second for one, to first, not in time. And the second run of the ball game scores as Whited crosses the plate. Hogan is forced at second base, and Burnett reaches on the fielder's choice. The putout goes 5-4. Third baseman to second base. That's Hernandez to Rodriguez. And that'll bring up Sean McKim, the left fielder. And the first pitch to him is swung on in a slow roller foul just shy of the Long Beach dugout. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. So the first 2 guys reached, and they both have scored. Out to the early lead, the DCNV. The next delivery. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. And no tag by the first baseman. The catch is made out in left field by David Adwan, and that is the second out of the inning. Giannis Santos, the right center fielder, bats next. 2 outs now. And there is a fly ball hit into right center field. It's got carry, and it is out of here for a home run. 2 runs will score on the 2-run homer by Jonas Santos. You say Jonas or Giannis? Jonas. And so it is now 4-0 for DCNV, and that'll bring up the catcher, Bud Davis.
And we'll see how the game goes and how that looks. Oftentimes you don't want to use your home run on just 2 runs. Since you only get 1 in the game, you usually try to save it for more people on base, but it's gone. It is what it is, and we'll see if the Crushers can answer it when they get up.
All right, Davis takes a pitch for a ball.
Both teams did use their home runs last game, and both of them, I believe, scored 3.
Yes, they both did. You're right. The next pitch is a ball, and he walks. Bud Davis walks with 2 outs. It'll bring up Ryan Ely, the EH. He wears number 2.
If he were a duck, he would have just walked that duck.
And the first delivery, he swings and grounds one to the first baseman's nice play there. First baseman makes the putout, and the inning is over. However, 4 runs do score for DCNV in the top of the first. And at the end of 1/2 inning, it is the DCNV 4 and Long Beach Crushers coming to bat here on Cloud Sports Network.
I don't think I've seen this DCNV team before, but the name I feel like is starting to make it softball round. You'll see names come through, and suddenly one team will have a name, and then lots of teams from a different city will have it. You'll see that with groups like Shade and some other ones. I feel like Envy is something we're seeing more and more of.
I think the last time we had, and Rich, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think the last time we had the DCNV was in the championship game in the Kansas City World Series in the C Division.
Oh, that's right. That is correct. It'll be Cam Golub, Frank Avila, and Braden Saltzman to lead off with the Crushers here as we start play in the bottom of the first inning. Golub is a very efficient leadoff batter. He swings at the first pitch and lines one into right center field, and the ball drops in for a base hit. Just in front of Jonas Santos, and so the first pitch results in a base hit. Frank Avila, the batter, the right center fielder, bats from the left side.
Avila with the home run last game, I believe.
And he swings and he hits one into right center field. The ball is caught. Coming in to make the play is Santos. Ball hung up long enough for him to come in and make the catch, and so that is an out. First out of the inning. We'll bring up Braden Saltzman, the left center fielder. Golub went halfway and then retreated back to first base. Here's a grounder to short. They might get two. One out at second, but the no throw to first base. And so Golub will be forced at second base. It's a fielder's choice, 6-4. It looked like the second baseman, Whited, might have had trouble getting the ball out of his glove, and so that's why there was no throw to first. Meanwhile, J.J. Encinos lines one into right field for a base hit, and they're going to get a run out of this. The throw to the cutoff man was bobbled, and that allowed Saltzman to come all the way around to score the first run of the ball game for the Crushers.
Umpire cleaning up the plate a little bit after the run scoring, dirtying up her home place.
Saltzman had no trouble making it from first to third on the base hit. There's going to be a courtesy runner, by the way, for Encinos. It won't be David Adwan who did that in the first game, because David Adwan is the batter. And he swings and misses. One ball, two strikes, and the next one swung on and fouled to the plate, and he's out.
Adwan looked a little bit too eager.
Yeah. So one run does score in the inning. First run of the ball game for the Crushers, and at the end of one, it's the DCNV 4 and the Long Beach Crushers 1 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And during the break, we'll remind you that the 16th annual Sin City Classic is proud to once again welcome Lexus as its presenting sponsor. Lexus, experience amazing. In addition to being an incredible partner, the car maker has once again been named a top employer by the Human Rights Campaign, earning a perfect score on the 2022 Corporate Equality Index. It also happens to be the car maker of choice for some of the folks here at the Cloud Sports Network.
All right, top of the second inning. Justin Finley, the shortstop, will lead off. It'll be the last three in the batting order for DC. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Diego Maldonado and David Diffendorfer will bat in this inning as well. And there's a bouncer to the shortstop, one true hop, and first batter is out on a ground ball to the shortstop, 6-3, and we'll bring up Diego Maldonado, the third baseman. That is not thunder. Sure sounds like it, but it is not. First pitch to Maldonado. He swings and lifts one in the air down the left field line. The ball's got some carry, but it also does not have accuracy as it drops into foul territory for a long strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dave Hansen, the pitcher, left-handed pitcher for the Crushers. And the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and hit in the air into shallow right field, giving chase the right fielder and the second baseman. The ball drops for a hit. The throw to the shortstop covering second is a little wide, but not enough for any advancement by Maldonado. So that'll go as a single. We'll bring up the last batter in the batting order, Diffendorfer, the pitcher, number 22.
For those who were with us last name, we're now calling that little hit out there a catfish, coined by Roman Jimenez.
And the first pitch is caught by the batter.
You may
So
have
it's
heard it
two
also
balls and
called-
a strike.
You might have also heard it called the Blue in Texas League or a flare.
Can of corn. Here's another one. And he swings and lines one down the right field line. It looks like the ball is fair. It's a fair ball. We were waiting to see where the right fielder is. He comes up throwing, and he does hit the cutoff man. The ball goes to the third baseman, so that we know further advancement by Maldonado. It is a single, and we'll bring up the top of the order. Here is Mendez. Mendez walked and scored in the first inning. He has runners at first and second, Maldonado and Diffenderfer. And here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Backhanded nicely. One out at second and safe at first. Diego Maldonado will hold third base. Diffenderfer is forced at second.
And there are runners at the corners with 2 down.
For Ty Whited, who singled and scored in the first inning. Maldonado with third and Mendez at first. And the first pitch to Whited is swung on and grounded to the second baseman, who steps on the bag himself, forces Mendez at second base, and that is the inning. No run score in the inning for the DC Envy. And so we go to the bottom of the second, and the score remains the DC Envy 4 and the Long Beach Crushers 1.
Some nice plays there at the end of the inning by the second baseman. Those were hard-hit balls, short hops, and they just landed in his glove like nothing was hard.
Yeah, the one that Mendez did was backhanded nicely and was able to make the out, and then ends the inning as well, so he has a big role in the inning. And so we go to the bottom of the second. Rodriguez, Dominguez, and Hernandez will all bat for the Crushers.
And we'll take a moment to tell you about another sponsor of the Sin City Classic. This year, Tito's Handmade Vodka is once again a sponsor of the annual Classic. Tito's is unflavored and distilled in old-fashioned copper pot stills, and it is made from corn, so it is gluten-free. Have some Tito's today.
Did you make it to the buffet last night?
I did make it to the buffet last night. One of the other sponsors you will hear about is Caesars Entertainment, and a friend of mine and I had a lovely time at the Bacchanal.
There's a long fly ball down the left field line. It carries over the fence in foul territory. Strike one to Ricardo Rodriguez, the second baseman, who's flashed some leather here in the top of this inning. And the next pitch to him, lined into left field, and the ball is caught by Sean McKim out in left field, and that's the first out of the inning. We'll bring up Angel Dominguez. Dominguez, one of the extra hitters for his team, and he takes the first pitch for a strike call. And the next one swung on and lined into left center field, and that's in for a base hit. It's a one-out base runner for Long Beach, and we'll bring up Keith Hernandez, the third baseman. Number 69. Diffendorfer's pitch popped in the air to left center field. Easy play, and the out is made. The catch made by Mendez, and no advancement by Dominguez, so Hernandez is out. It's the second out of the inning, and it'll bring up Aaron Tapper, the first baseman.
And lots of different numbers used. Players often get to pick their numbers, but almost every team, it seems, has a 69 here at the Sin City Classic.
First pitch out of the strike zone. Next pitch bounced on the plate. 3-1. And there's a bouncing ball to the shortstop. It's off the shortstop glove, but he recovers and makes the play, throwing over to the second baseman. That play goes Finley to Whited, and that ends the inning. 6-4 in the putout. So one base hit in the inning. However, he is stranded, and we go to the top of the third. Our score remains the DC Envy 4 and the Long Beach Crushers 1 on the Cloud Sports Network.
Close game here, and lots of good defense on display here in the first 2 innings.
Defense cannot be underestimated.
So
Defense saves games, offense wins games.
Interesting thing I learned from one of my umpire friends when we talk about waiting for the call to be able to see whether a ball is fair or foul, we're not going to hear a fair call. By rules, the umpires are taught to call foul, but not fair. They point. So you will hear somebody saying you didn't call it fair, and the umpire will usually say, and I won't.
That's Cleverfield.
Is that how you do it when you umpire?
Do I do what?
You only call it a ball if it's foul and not fair? Well, hold on.
Well, I will often. I've been accused of calling balls foul that were fair.
Otis Hogan goes after the first pitch and lines one into center field, and the ball gets by the left center fielder and goes all the way to the fence. Hogan around second. On his way to third, there will be a play, and he's safe.
Leadoff triple. For I believe you said that was Hogan.
That is Hogan. He hit it solidly, and then the ball just got by the left center fielder, Saltzman, and rolled all the way to the fence. And by the time he was able to recover, Hogan was on his horse to third base, and he's there with nobody out. The batter will be Thad Burnett. He hit into a fielder's choice to the third baseman in the first inning. He scored his team's third run. And the pitch. He swings and misses. He was going for the parking lot.
And you heard that one hit the plate. That was going to be ball 3.
He might have pulled a muscle on it, too. All right, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a swing and a slow roller to the third baseman, fielded by Hernandez on to first. The out is made. They throw home to try to get the base runner, and the throw is wide, and Otis Hogan scores. The runner's safe at first base, and so Burnett now, because of the overthrow to the catcher, has made it into second base.
Yeah, interesting choice there. I think the Crushers realize every run is going to be precious right now in that sort of low-scoring game to come to the plate. And the throw would have been on time, and they would have gotten him, but it was just a little too low, and the catcher couldn't handle it.
So another base runner in scoring position, Sean McKim's fly to left field in his only other at-bat. And he takes the pitch inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Dave Hansen, the left-handed toss. And that bounces on the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike. The next one. It too bounced on the plate, and that's a walk.
I feel like Hansen has a little bit of a pattern to his pitching. And first pitches, usually he's trying to get that outside corner and get them to swing at it. If they do, that's great. It's often a little roller, but then he tries to come inside, and he's not getting the inside corner that he wants from these umpires.
All right, the right center fielder is Jonas Santos, who hit a home run in the first inning, and he hits one in the air into shallow center field. And on his way to make the catch is Saltzman, and so that just goes as an out. It is the second out, or the first out of the inning. Runners still at first and second. 1 run has scored. It's 5-1 DC Envy. The batter will be Bud Davis, the catcher. Swung on and lined into right field, going opposite for a base hit. Ball fielded cleanly by the right fielder. However, Burnett will score easily. And that's the second run in the inning. It's an RBI single for Bud Davis. Runners at first and second.
Our umpire trying to keep the players safe, kicking the bat out of the way so that nobody would trip on it on their way to home.
Ryan Neely, the batter. He flied out in the first at-bat. And the first pitch to him. He goes after the first one and grounds it to second base. Second baseman will go to shortstop, and the runner is safe. Meanwhile, the runner from third running all the way will score. Heads-up base running by Sean McKim. McKim made it to third base when the throw went into second. He just kept running, and McKim scores. It'll go as the fielder's choice and no out. So it's runners at first and second, and 3 runs have scored this inning. Justin Finley, the batter, he bounced to the shortstop in his first at-bat, and he swings and hits one in the air to right center field. It's got some carry. Ranging over to his left is the right center fielder, Frank Avila, and the catch is made. Throw comes home, and no further advancement. Runners moved up to second and third.
Runner at third definitely thought about coming home. His coach had to hold him up there.
And if he had, he would have been out because that was a nice relay from the outfield. So it's second and third, and the batter will be Diego Maldonado, who reached in the second inning. is a base hit. He has a chance to add to his team's lead, which is 7-1. And Maldonado swings and pops one in the air on the infield. Ranging to his right is the shortstop Cam Golub, and the inning is over, but not before 3 more runs have scored for DCNV. And we go to the bottom of the third. Our new scores, the DCNV 7 and the Long Beach Crushers 1.
Just looking back at the scoring from the last game, I'm seeing the Crushers not through their lineup, but actually they weren't through the second inning last game either, and then they turned it on in the third and fourth inning to come away with that 15-13 victory.
And it's always worth mentioning, always, no lead is safe. No deficit is too hard to overcome. All right, so for Long Beach, it'll be the bottom 3 in their order. Joey Coppola, David Pantoja, and Dave Hansen to bat here in the bottom of the third.
And we want to let you know that another great sponsor of the 16th Annual Sin City Classic is Caesars Entertainment. Caesars, where every guest is treated like Caesar himself.
Lifts one in the air to left center field, and the catch is made, but then the ball comes out of his glove.
We love the floor work.
And Coppola reaches to start the bottom of the third.
Every visit to Caesars is unforgettable. You'll find spacious rooms, friendly staff, and exciting casinos, sportsbooks, and world-class shows. Visit Caesars.com for more information.
David Pantoja, the catcher, will bat next. And here's the first pitch to him. It bounces on the plate for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. And the next one. Line down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Coming in for the play is the left fielder. He does not make the catch. And the runner from first, Coppola, motors into third base. It'll be runners at first and third and nobody out. There'll be a base runner, a courtesy runner, as David Adwan will come in to run for Pantoja. Runners at first and third, the batter, the pitcher, Dave Hansen.
Crushers benefiting from 2 very close plays.
Yes. And the first pitch is a strike call. Another plane flies overhead, and the next pitch sails inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The next one, fouled at the plate. And that is the at-bat. Out number 1, we go back to the top of the order, Cameron Golub. He singled in the first inning. Where's number 12? He's the shortstop. And he lifts one into right field. It is shallow. The ball falls in for a hit. 1 run will score as Coppola scores. And the runner, Adwan, running for Pantoja, makes it into third base on a double by Golub, and it is now 7-2.
And Golub doing his job as a leadoff hitter. I believe that is 5 times on over 2 games. 5 out of 5 on base.
Frank Avila, who homered in the first game, flied out to right center field in his only at-bat in this game. The left-handed batter swings and grounds one to second. Play is made by the second baseman on the first. A run will score, and it'll be an RBI ground out. It'll be the second out of the inning. Pantoja's runner, and that was Adwan, made it easily to home plate. Golub took third, and it is now 7-3.
Nice play by the first baseman there. That throw was a little low.
Yes. Braden Saltzman, the batter, swinging and lifts one in the air to right center field. Right center fielder hardly had to move, and that ends the inning. The catch made out there by Jonas Santos. Two runs do score, however, so Long Beach gets a little closer. As we go to the top of the fourth, our score now is the DCNV 7 and the Long Beach Crushers 3 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Another great partner of the 16th Annual Sin City Classic are the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're proud to celebrate their LGBTQ plus fans every year with their annual Pride Night. They should be announcing the 2023 Pride Night with the LA Dodgers soon, so follow them on social media or visit Dodgers.com for more information. the partnership between Major League Baseball teams and local LGBTQ plus softball leagues is something that's been growing in recent years, and it's a wonderful thing to see.
Even if it is the Dodgers.
Now. Pitcher will lead off for DC here in the top of the fourth, Diffenderfer. He singled in the second inning. He will be followed by Mendez and Whited. Swung on and bounced beyond the pitcher's reach and on into center field for a base hit.
A lot of teams are now trying to time their Pride Night to the Gay Softball World Series if it is in town. I can't remember if it's going to happen this year. They were hoping to, but I think the Twins may be out of town when the World Series is in Minneapolis.
We should check that. Someone with a phone who has a calendar and can get the Minnesota Twins schedule might want to check on that. All right, here's Mendez, who hits a grounder to second, bobbled by the second baseman. He recovers in time, flips to Golub, and the force out is made 4-6.
He was talking about me.
And the batter will be Ty Whited. Ty Whited has singled, and he has bounced into a fielder's choice. He is 1 for 2. He has scored a run. His team is ahead in this ball game. DCNB 7, and the Long Beach Crushers 3. Whited swings and hits a fly ball out into left center field. The pitcher is blocking my view, and I think the catch was made. Thank you. The catch has been made by the left center fielder, Braden Saltzman, and that is the second out in the inning. That's a big man out on the mound, and he completely blocked my view, so thank you for that. It'll bring up Otis Hogan. Hogan has singled and he has tripled. He has scored a run. He has driven in a run. He bats third in the lineup and hits one foul to the fence behind the plate. Two outs and one on.
While the fence does occasionally block our view, I'm glad it's there for protection from balls like that one.
Mendez is the runner at first base. The pitch to Hogan. He swings and grounds one to second. Second base has gotten a lot of plays in this game. He flips to the shortstop. That's the putout goes Rodriguez to Golub, and that is a very quick inning. As four batters come to the plate and one hit in the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and our score remains the DCNB 7 and the Long Beach Crushers 3.
You'll see some teams try to hit to the right side of the field because sometimes the defense is weaker there. Teams will try to hide a little bit there, but not with Rodriguez out there. I would hit the ball somewhere else if you're trying to get a base hit out of this today.
He's had a lot of play at his position. And he's fielded his position cleanly today, too. All right, David Diffenderfer returns to the circle. J.J. Encinos will lead off here. He reached on a single in his first at-bat, and he leads off here in the bottom of the fourth by taking the first pitch for a ball. The next one. Swung on and grounded just beyond the reach of the first baseman and on into right field for a base hit. Good try by Thad Burnett, but the ball was just beyond him, and it's a leadoff single for Encinos to start the bottom of the fourth. There will be a courtesy runner for him. It'll be the last batter in the third inning, and that would be Saltzman. He is running. So Encinos is 2 for 2, and that'll bring up David Adwan, who struck out on a foul ball, and he swings and misses at this pitch.
And I am still working the phone to see if we can confirm about that baseball game, but it is a reminder that the 2023 Gay World Series of Softball will be in Minneapolis.
And he swings and misses, and he strikes out for the second time.
And it will be going from August 28th to September 2nd. It is going to be hosted by the Twin Cities Good Time Softball League and Sports Minneapolis. And if you want to look yourself, you can go to lightupthenorth.org, lightupthenorth.org.
All right, thank you. Ricardo Rodriguez, the batter, flied to left field in his previous at-bat. He took the first pitch for a ball. The second pitch is a strike, 2-2. And that pitch sails inside, ball 3. There's a line drive into left field, left center field for a hit. Saltzman, as he was rounding second, fell down. They almost had a play on him. So it's runners at first and second with with one out. And that'll bring up Angel Dominguez. He singled in his first at bat. And here's the next pitch to him. It's a strike. Grounder to short, off the shortstop's glove and into center field for a hit. Saltzman will score. On his way to third is Rodriguez. They have the runner at first in the rundown, and not paying attention to the runner at third, Rodriguez scores. They still have the rundown going, and now they tag him out. All right, Saltzman scored the first run. Rodriguez scored the second one while the rundown was happening, and then Dominguez is out.
So not great to get hung up there between first and second, but once you are, great to keep it going long enough to get that run in from third base.
So that makes our score 7-5, and we'll bring up Keith Hernandez. So the ball bounced off the shortstop's glove and into center field for a hit. That's Finley out there at shortstop for the Envy. The ball recovered and got back into the infield cleanly, and then they had the double, the rundown, and the putout will go 8-4 to 3-4. And I wonder just how close I was on that.
What we have here is a discussion between the Crushers coach and the umpire. What the coach is trying to get is a call an obstruction in that rundown, and that what people will remember as being called pickle. Oftentimes, a defender will get in the way of their runner advancing. The DCM did a really good job of that.
Line drive into left field for a base hit, gets beyond the left fielder and will go all the way to the fence. This, the batter, Hernandez, he rounds second and will hold with a 2-out double. I got to tell you, that was just some smart base running by Rodriguez, taking advantage of them not even paying attention to him once he got to third base.
I agree, and with that in his play at second, right now he's probably got my vote for MVP from the Crushers.
And here is Aaron Tapper with a runner at second base. 2 runs have scored in the inning. It's 7-5 for DC, and that pitch is a strike. Tapper has reached on a fielder's choice to the shortstop in his first at-bat, and he grounds one up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Keith Hernandez will score. Almost fell down rounding third base, but he's on his feet and crosses the plate with the third run in the inning for Long Beach. And now they only trail by a run at 7-6.
Looked like he needed a little assist from the umpire to stay on the base path. She's allowed to do it, but his coach can't, actually. You can't run into your batting coach or your third base coach.
Right, here's the next delivery. And this is Joey Coppola, who hits one to the shortstop, on to second. The out is made, so force out is 6-4, and the inning is over. However, a good inning for the Crushers, where they score 3 times to cut into the deficit. And so we go to the top of the 5th here at Sunset Park with our new score, DCNV 7 and the Long Beach Crushers 6 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
This just in breaking news as we come in the air. Minnesota Twins will, in fact, be at Progressive. They will be at Target Field against Minneapolis. So they'll host the Texas Rangers, and they will host the Cleveland Guardians at Target Field in Minneapolis. On Friday, however, Friday of the series, they head down to Arlington to face the Bruce Bochy-led Texas Rangers.
And this 5th inning is brought to you by ViiV Healthcare. ViiV Healthcare is a proud partner with the 16th Annual Sin City Classic as a gold-level sponsor. ViiV Healthcare is committed to delivering innovative new medicines for the care and treatment of people living with HIV. At ViiV, their mission is to leave no one behind. Found out more at ViiVHealthcare.com. That's ViiV Healthcare.com.
Sorry about that. I was not prepared for the graphic.
Thad Burnett will lead off for the NV here in the top of the 5th. And the pitch is short and outside, 3-1. Here's Dave Hansen's pitch. That's a boy. They delayed. We saw that the pitch was a ball, and that was ball 4.
Yeah, that pitch landed right on the back edge of the plate, I think. There is a black rim around the plate, which is technically not the plate, so sometimes you can hear something and it's actually still can be a strike, but not that one.
All right. That'll bring up Sean McKim, who has flied to left, and he has walked and scored. And the next delivery on the plate.
I think the catcher getting a little frustrated there, pointing to the plate.
That's David Pantoja. And he's pointing out on the plate where that pitch fell. But it's still a ball. And the next one, he walked. Oh, no, she called it a strike.
That's the one he's been wanting most of the day, that inside corner there, a little bit deep.
Here's a pop-up on the infield, and that can of corn is caught by the shortstop Cam Golub, so that's an out. And that'll bring up Jonas Santos.
That was definitely not a catfish.
Not a catfish.
He has homered, and he has flied to left center field. He has 2 runs batted in and a run scored. And that pitch sails way outside, ball 2, 2 balls and a strike.
Looked like the third baseman really wanted that one. It took him a little while to yield to the shortstop.
And that pitch is a ball. And the pitch is outside, and that's a walk. The second walk of the inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Bud Davis, who walked, and he is singled. He's been on twice. He's officially 1 for 1. His team leads by a run, 7-6. And that first pitch is low for a count of 2-1. The pitch is the strike called. It's 2-2. I have to think that we must be inside of 10 minutes before this game is called. Here's a ground ball up the middle, just out of the reach of the shortstop Golub, and into center field for a hit. Burnett will score. It's 8-6. So a single by Bud Davis. Jonas Santos held at second. Be a pinch runner. Mendez is going to come in to run. He is the courtesy runner for Davis. Brian Ely, the batter. He's fly to left center and reach on the fielder's choice. That's from the left side, and the first pitch to him. Inside.
Looked like somebody lost their phone rounding the bases there. Had to get that back.
There's a swing and a grounder to second base. Second baseman fell down, and now the ball out of his reach, and the bases will be loaded.
Couldn't quite make the play there, but did keep it on the infield to save a run.
He did do that indeed. Rodriguez, as he was moving over to his left, kind of fell as he fielded the ball, but the ball eluded his glove. The ball fell out of his glove and rolled a little bit to his left. He was not able to make a play anywhere. And now here is Justin Finley, who hits a fly ball into right center field, or into center field for a hit. 2 runs are going to score, 3 runs are going to score, and they will hold Justin Finley in a 3-run triple. Diego Maldonado, the batter, he goes after the first pitch and lifts one in the air to left field. Coming on to make the catch is the left fielder, David Adwan, and that is the second out in the inning. There was no tag by Finley, so he stays at third base with 2 out, and the pitcher Diffenderfer will be the batter. Four runs have scored in the inning. It's now 11-6 for Envy. And here's a fly ball hit out into right center field, drops between the outfielders, in for a hit, and Finley will score. So the pitcher helps his own cause. That's the 5th run in the inning. It is now 12-6, and Mendez will be the batter. He has walked, reached in a fielder's choice, and walked again. And he swings and hits one in the air to deep right center field. That ball has got some carry, and that ball is gone. But I think that's the out because they've already had their 1 home run by Santos, and that ends the inning.
Yes, they had their home run in the first inning, so that should be an out. It did end the inning, but it's not officially an inning ending out. It's just an out, as we learned earlier. But enough to take us to the bottom of the 5th.
Because it was, regardless, it's still the 3rd out of the inning.
Still the 3rd out of the inning.
2 out, so that's why we are going to the bottom of the 5th. It was a 5-run inning for the visitors from D.C. The Envy scored 5 times. They are now doubling up the Long Beach Crushers by the score of 12-6.
Definitely some insurance that they wanted, having come into the inning only up a run. But 6, as we've seen multiple times, not insurmountable in softball
Not at all. In this inning, it'll be the bottom 2 in their order, and then we go back to the top of the order. So that's Pontoya, Hansen, and Golub. And let's ask, she won't be able to hear me because yet another plane is going on and flying overhead. Kathy, how much time? 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes left, and we are in the bottom of the 5th. So Pontoya will lead off. David swings and hits a bouncing ball to the shortstop. On to first for the out. That's Justin Finley making the play there. So first pitch swinging and 1 out will bring up the pitcher Dave Hansen, who has struck out on the non-courtesy foul in the first pitch to him. He swings and misses, strike 2. Diffenderfer's toss and a pop-up in foul territory, and the basket catch made by the catcher Bud Davis. That's out number 2.
And this is where we might see something interesting with only probably 3 minutes left.
And there's a line drive to the second baseman off the bat of Golub, and that ends the inning. I think there were 3 pitches. That's one of those innings I hate. As a coach, I can tell you when they just go after the first pitch and they don't give themselves a chance, it's like, man, sit down. Anyway, it's a line drive out.
And in general, I would agree with you. However, I would also mention that got them another inning. And if they had played out the clock and gotten only 3 or 4 runs, game would have been over. So to get that, they had enough time to get back and have 1 more inning probably. So here we go. They will get to bat again.
So there will be a 6th inning. It'll be Whited, Hogan, and Burnett.
And we told you a little bit about the Naga World Series coming up in Minneapolis. We also wanted to mention the 2023 Asana Softball World Series. That will be in San Diego from September 6th through the 9th. That will be the 3rd time in history that Asana will be going to America's finest city, and you can find out more about that at asanaseries.org. Asana, A-S-A-N-A, series.org.
Ty Whited to lead off here on the top of the 6th. He is singled, reached in the fielder's choice, and he is slide to left center field, and he takes the first pitch for a ball. Ball 2, ball 3. Was it? Oh. Here's a bouncing ball to third, and beyond the third baseman's glove, just off the glove and into left field for a hit, so that's a leadoff base runner for Whited. That second hop a little higher than Hernandez anticipated, and so went above his glove and into left field, and he, or rather Whited, a 1-out base runner, for Otis Hogan, who hits one foul to the right side.
If he hits my car.
Are you parked on that lot?
No, it was all full. I parked behind the cheese truck. Yeah,
Oh. You did? The food truck? Huh? Smart move. Otis Hogan is singled, he has tripled, he has scored a run, and he has grounded out to the second baseman into a fielder's choice, and he swings and bounces one. Pitcher makes the backhanded grab. One out at second and safe at first. So that's one out. Hogan is now running at first base. Thad Burnett, the batter. He has reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Reached again on a fielder's choice and scored. And then he walked and scored. So he is officially 0 for 2 with 3 runs scored. And he swings and misses for a strike. I guess he hasn't gotten the memo that you've already got your home run. You can't hit another one.
Right?
and he started that swing last week.
And he strikes out.
Wanted those a little too badly, I think.
Dugout's warm.
I think that's the first time that he has struck out. So it's runner at first base and 2 outs for Sean McKim. That pitch is a ball, and I believe time has expired. Now we hear the tone of the stopwatch. There's a line drive into left center field for a hit. Otis Hogan just gingerly makes it into second base. There'll be runners at first and second, and 2 out for Jonas Santos, who has the home run that his team has hit. He is homered, driven in 2, fly to left, walked and scored. So he has scored twice, he's driven in 1. It is 12-6 in favor of the DCMB, and the first pitch is a ball.
Just a little outside. That was another one I think Hansen wanted.
I think if he starts that pitch on the other side of the rubber, he gets that.
The next one is bounced to the shortstop. Golub has it, plays on to second to Rodriguez, and that ends the inning. The force out 6-4.
And we are hearing from our umpire that this will be the last at bat. Time has expired, but as the home team, the Crushers will get their chance.
They trail 12-6, though batters 2, 3, and 4. That would be Avila, Saltzman, and Encinos. Needing 2 to score and the bases loaded to have a chance.
Crushers still have their home run to hit, and we know from the prior game that Avila can do it, but not usually the best use to do it on your own as a solo shot.
Correct. All right, Avila is 0 for 2. He has flied to right center field, and he is grounded to the second baseman. Conversation going on between the Hope Plane umpire, Kathy Spencer from Atlanta, and a couple of the Crushers. One of them is Miles Greenlee, Mike Greenlee. They're still chatting, and now the chat is over. And whatever they were talking about is now going to be... Oh, they were verifying the score. Well, that's an easy thing enough. It's easy enough. All right, Frank Avila to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th.
And good to know that we both have 6-12, as does the umpire. So,
first pitch. Swinging and a ground ball to second base, fielded by the second baseman on the first. Throw is wide, but the out is made.
nice play by the first baseman to hold on to that one and hold on to the bag.
Ty Whited threw a little bit wide of the first base bag. However, Thad Burnett was able to stretch and make the catch. That's out number 1, and that'll bring up Braden Saltzman, the left center fielder. And he hits a fly ball out into right field. And that out is made. 2 pitches, 2 out. And that'll bring up J.J. Encinos, who, if his team is going to have a chance, needs to deliver here because the first 2 pitches have resulted in 2 quick outs. First pitch is inside for a ball, 2 balls and a strike.
And I'm just noticing, you'll see a lot of teams out here have some fun things on the back of their jerseys. This is a taco killer.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman on a nice hop played by the second baseman, and that is the inning. 4 pitches, 3 out, and the final score here with no run scoring in the bottom of the 6th will be the DC Envy 12 and the Long Beach Crushers 6. DC will win the game. They will continue through the, well, no, we don't have a bracket yet, but we will shortly. Nevertheless, they're going through the high five line. Good game, good game, good game. Thanks for being with us for this game. We'll have another one for you coming up in just a little bit. Final score again, DC Envy 12 and the Long Beach Crushers 6. We'll talk to you just a little bit here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Who do I get to hunt down?
We are